Welcome to the Take It Home podcast. The podcast so bad we really just need to take it home. I am one of your hosts, Doc Simmons. You can find me on all social media at Doc Simmons 17. I will give the hot tag to my partner so he can go ahead and introduce himself.
Yep, I am. I am Zach Hendricks. Find me on all social media at Z Hendricks Brand, or look up Doc Simmons I on Facebook and Instagram at Country Air Official, or look us up on Twitter. Country Air Brand. I'm gonna pass it to a guy who's learning some outlaw knees.
That would be me. I'm Gunnar Wicks. You can find me on all the media socials. Outlaw Knees Talk at GunnarWicks. I was gonna say .com, like I have a website. No, it's just at Gunnar Wicks. This Outlaw Knees thing caught on, and now I can't get it to go. Before I mess this up any further, I'll pass this on to the best ref in the Midwest, Perch.
What's up, everybody? I'm Ref Perch. You can find me at perchxlv.org or .aol or .com or whatever.
Like Perch is still on Juno internet service.
You just get those CDs in the mail and we'd hit them with golf clubs. Those AOL. Download this, download that.
He's like, Perch was a very destructive child.
Now we just go XLV across the board.
Yeah.
Pound sign for the Ref Brand and Waffles Taken Home podcast, baby.
Yes, sir. Waffles all around. How we feeling, boys? It was a very long weekend, I know, for some of us. But let's go ahead and jump right into it. Perch, what is the banger of the week?
Banger of the week this week comes from a band that is second nature to me, and I imagine you guys as well, growing up. And I think there's a lot of people around these days who's never even heard of them. But banger of the week, song is always good anytime it comes up. Really, the whole band is. But Let Me Go by 3 Doors Down.
Ooh.
Listen to it any day, anytime. Good storytelling music. 3 Doors Down is one of my favorite bands. Right when they came out, I got a walking CD player for the first time, and one of the few CDs I had was their first one, and throughout the years they were always good. Let Me Go by 3 Doors Down, banger.
Oh yeah, I love me some 3 Doors Down. When I was expanding my music interests away from hip hop, they were definitely one band I was listening to. Gotta have some love for Kryptonite. It's a classic. So yes, big ups on the 3 Doors Down. Let Me Go. It's a goodie. All right, and then with that, we can just move on and talk about what we have been watching this week. Let's go ahead and start it off with our resident biography expert, Gunnar Wicks. What have you been watching?
I have been watching not a whole lot. I was put a pause to my Raw 97 watchings that I've been doing. I did see the NXT takeover in your house last night, which I thought was pretty good. I liked it, but I think that was the only thing that I watched. Pretty killer main event, I think. Johnny Gargano just like slinging in, hitting DDTs all over the place. That entire match was kind of entertaining.
Yep.
But yeah, did you guys see that show at all?
Yeah. I guess. Oh, Perch did not, but I know Zach did. Well, we can take a moment to talk about it.
I first and foremost hate Peacock because I got on there late and I got right at the end of the money and the $1 million belt match. And then once the pay-per-view was over, I was like, all right, cool, I'll just restart and watch it from the beginning.
Nope.
So I still have to catch up to everything else, which I heard the opening match with MSK was a real banger. Super pissed I missed that one, but that main event was phenomenal. Unpopular opinion, because Doc's a Karrion Kross fan. The other four put in so much work.
So here's the thing with Kross. I know that he is not the best in ring.
That's not even that. Like,
but the other guys are amazing in ring. And that's
No.
the thing. It's not that I think he's bad in ring. I just think that those guys are on another level than he is, and it probably showed last night.
No. My opinion is that like NXT is similar to like what TNA used to have was like the X division, where the X division was super cool, like its own little separate brand. And I feel like NXT could be that with all the guys who are not that big, but like are still like main event stars like Adam Cole and all that. And Karrion Kross just doesn't fit that formula. He fits more the main roster formula, in my opinion.
He's definitely probably a better fit for the main roster.
Yeah, like
But
it was
also,
nothing.
I think I don't like the way they do his promos now after he got hurt. I preferred them before he got hurt. So if
Yeah,
they
I
could go
agree.
back to that too, I think that would be better. But
Yeah, I
I
just
thought the
think-
main event was a banger.
I thought the main event was a banger too. Doc and I were texting. There's some stuff that we're not going to say, but we're stealing.
Yep.
But yeah, the match was cool. Just yeah, I mean everything was good. Even the women's
They
match.
made-
It looked at, you go, Doc. I mean Gunner, go.
I was just gonna say they made Karrion Kross look like a beast in that match.
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah.
Like whether you think his wrestling skills maybe not as great as the other people, like taking the like technical like moves and being a fluent and like solid wrestler like out of the picture and just looking at it from like I think a fan perspective, they made him look like a bigger star than anyone else in that match. Just how they like built it up and how he like hit all his different moves on all the different people and just like tore the house down. Like,
No, yeah. And like once again, I cannot say this enough. I do like Cross in ring. I just think last night was one of those points where yes, you are good, you are great in ring, but these guys are better. And I think everybody put in a lot of work to make him look
And
good.
I'm the same. Like I don't want to come off like I'm bad on Cross because I'm a huge Killer Cross fan. Like I'm a fan of him a lot. Just like last night, like kind of like what. Just looking at the formula, just felt like he didn't fit that formula.
Yeah, it put
Like,
it put
they, like,
things
definitely-
into
Yeah, I get that.
perspective.
Like they all put him over and made him look like a monster, but like he wasn't in the match enough. Which, I mean, I get it. Like they, like all four of them, like definitely put in the work to take him down to go after each other, which is super smart. Like that, the story was great. I just felt like looking at how NXT is, like NXT is a guy.
No,
who,
it
like,
definitely gave Cross the more main roster feel than NXT feel.
exactly. That's all I was saying. Like not trying to shit on him. I love Killer Cross. That was just my vibe.
Women's match, both women's matches were good. I enjoyed Zaya Mercedes and Ember Raquel Gonzalez.
Yeah.
The
would say,
$1 million
like,
championship match. Freaking great. That
Ooh.
last bump. I'm not doing that.
Five, four, three, two, one, go. Fast, sharp right. Fast, sharp right. Sharp right. Sharp right. Listen. Sammy, you have to listen to my call, Sammy. Please, I beg you. Fast, medium right. You have to turn the wheel, Sammy. 40.
shut up, yeah.
Fast, medium left. 50. Downhill. Triple caution. Triple caution. Stay center. Triple caution. Stay center. Whoa. Concentrate, Sammy, please. Medium left, long. Turn in. Medium left. Nice and easy. Turn. Throttle. Fast, medium left, long. In. Medium right. Concentrate. Medium left. Listen to my calls. Medium left into sharp left. You're not concentrating, Sammy. You're watching out and driving.
I'm not working with it.
Sammy, you have to listen, Sammy. Otherwise, it is not working, Sammy. Seriously, you are watching and driving. You have to be easy, Sammy. Otherwise, we won't win it. You have to be easy, Sammy. I'm telling you, you are not listening.
Shut up, yeah.
No, I'm just giving you advice, Sammy. Into double caution jump. Double caution jump. No, stay on road. Sammy, please. Sammy. Fast, medium right. Listen to the call. Sammy, please listen to the call. Sharp left. Sammy, you have to stay on road, Sammy. Otherwise, car will break down. Sammy. Sammy, you will wreck the car. We will not finish. You have to stay on road, Sammy, please.
Okay.
Oh, fuck. Sammy, what are you doing, man? Fucking hell. Sammy, can you please concentrate? Please, I beg you. We are wrecking the car. Oh, Sammy, you are wrecking the car.
Shut up.
Sammy, what are you doing, my friend?
Shut up. Don't tell me how to drive.
You did not see the MSK match. I thought it was pretty good. I think they need to hurry up and put Santos Escobar in the main event because he is amazing.
That's what what I heard was like a lot of people really putting over Santo Escobar.
Yep, he's a main event guy. Get him out of the cruiserweight title hunt. Get him out of the North American title hunt. Put him in the main. I mean, that could be the one that takes out Cross at this point.
That's what's up.
Xia Li match with Mercedes was good. I did not know that the master's name wasn't Tien Shan and the group is named Tien Shan, so that was confusing for me. But she put on the Ming Tongan death grip to Mercedes Martinez and threw her through the barricade. I enjoyed that.
Yeah. I'll be honest, I haven't really watched a lot of NXT. I've been watching more of like the guys that I kind of like MSK and all that.
Yeah.
But
I like Xia Li. I think she's another one similar to me who has like a shoot background, trying to figure out how to make it work in wrestling. Like,
yeah.
I was pissed because she took one spot that I've been trying to figure out how to do for 2 years, and she just did it like it was nothing. I hate you. I'm going to do it now because she figured it out, but.
Hell yeah.
Is that all you? Anybody got anything else to say about this, or we can go to Zach and talk about what else he's been watching this week?
No, I gotta finish up. I still have to watch I only really watch 2 matches really.
Okay. All right. What else you been watching this week then?
Moving forward, I downloaded that Pluto. Forgot I had Pluto app, the Pluto app.
Mm-hmm.
And they have this pro wrestling channel like right above, like if anyone has, it's like right before the TNA channel, and it's been playing a lot of Beyond Wrestling, so it's been fun to watch that. The way Daniel Garcia is, that dude's just a killer. It reminded me like how a young Randy Orton was back when he had the shaved heads and he was like lean, like how that's a I was like, damn, like this kid's just obviously he's still. He's just breaking out, but watching him was super smooth. I was big
definitely
fan
got some questions for Perch later because I believe he reffed a match involving that gentleman that looked like it was probably really good.
Yeah, it certainly was.
Butcher and the Blade versus Milk Chocolate was really good. There's some stuff that I'm definitely going to take from that match. Going forward, what else did I watch? I'm actually after what we did this weekend with talking with Big Capri, I'm gonna start watching some more old rockers and Midnight Express matches.
Yep. Always got a tape study. So yeah, we'll be doing that. Let's go ahead, Perch. What you been watching this week?
This was a fun week with a lot of different wrestling consumed, but my favorite was when all was said and done, and I finally had time to sit down last night and watch AEW from Friday night. Was it last night or the night? No, it was Saturday night. That's what it was. Yeah, Saturday night. That was a little break in the action. Finally had time to sit down and watch AEW and enjoy the night, and I dozed off during it. It was the most peaceful time. Good opening match with Christian Cage, and TH2 was it Angelico?
And Jack Evans.
Yeah, what a great match with Christian coming through and in the submission, the old Navarro death roll. He had to avoid it on a few times. And
I've been trying to learn that move, and it has been a battle.
Oh, I loved it. That was a great match. Death Triangle coming through with Eddie in there. That was wonderful. And taking on the Bucks, giving them a chance, run for their money. Frankie Kaz coming out and busting some faces at the end too. I love that. Just a good story. Good guys versus bad guys. Match I really enjoyed was Miro and Evil Uno. Evil Uno being someone who I know has a good backstory, and the history of his pro wrestling is yet to be discovered by myself. So I know that he's got a rich history in tag team in particular. So him as a character, I know he's got a great story, and they allowed him to tell a little bit of his story on AEW and what he was fighting for, which was Brody Lee, of course, but just the fight and really building him up for that match and made him a formidable opponent for Miro to eventually stomp and crush and break. So I really enjoyed that match. Good all the way through, and that's kind of where I think I dozed shortly after, and that was what I remember from this week, and it was wonderful.
All right.
Hey, let me before you go, Doc. I also watched Elevation today. I had to watch Jason Page's match. I watched Travis Titan's match. I got to watch Eric Cannon's tag match, and I got to watch Julia Hart. So like some of the people around this area, like, so yeah, I watched that today as well. I was like thinking, I feel like I watched something else, and I couldn't put my finger on. But yeah, and when Perch brought up AEW, wanted to watch the one I was looking forward to the most was that Eric Cannon's match, and like it was cool. Like the story he told, like they had like a little story like right before like him and Eddie. So that's kind of cool.
Dope. Yeah, I haven't watched a lot of AEW. I did see the finish for the Wardlow Jason Page match, or Jason Hotch, whatever you want to call him. Vicious ending to that match. I love Wardlow's finisher. It's simple, but such a big man power thing to do. It's just a knee to the face, but from an elevated position. Love it. Yeah, I have not watched a lot of AEW. I was watching some of last week's Dark, because I think I only saw Elevation last week. So I was watching some of last week's Dark today. Got to see the homie Missa versus Nyla Rose match. Good to see her get an opportunity. I did finally finish the Noah DDT Tokyo Joshi Cyber Fight 2021 show. I still had like an hour and a half left from that show. Freaking long, 6 hour show. Yeah, 6 hour show. And want to talk about a little bit of it. English commentary. It's a 3-man group. Only one, I think, is a native English speaker. So I need to listen to the English commentary because I don't know a lot of those guys. But it was painful. It was painful. Luckily for the main event, I know both guys, so I just watched the Japanese commentary for that. Like I said, the first 3 hours was like a lot of comedy, but the last 3 hours, I highly recommend. Really good matches, especially the triple main event. I can't remember everybody's name because this is like my first time watching all these, but Jun Akiyama in the semi-main, and then Keiji Muto versus Namuchi Marufuji in the main event. Freaking great. I love Marufuji. He takes everything I want to do, but he makes it look so much prettier than I could ever do. Some crazy freaking strikes in there that I am definitely going to steal. The tag matches were amazing. Me and Zach have already worked on things that we're stealing from this show that you will probably be seeing very soon. So that was it. I mean, yeah, the last 3 hours were just great. No complaints about that. I've been catching up on New Japan. I'm watching Dominion right now. The only thing I can say about that is the light heavyweight match between El Desperado and Yo was freaking awesome. They told a story. Despy won and retained, but Yo had him in a submission, and him causing it had Desperado in a submission. And when he cranked it, that gave Desperado just enough to reach the ropes. So great, like storytelling at the end. Like had he not cranked it and just stood there, he might have won. But him trying to finish him off causes him to lose was amazing. I'm watching Cobb and Ibushi beat the hell out of each other. So that's great. Watched NXT last night. Really enjoyed it. Yeah, that main event is another thing that you're gonna see me and Zach stealing from. It's a lot of thievery going on this week. Lots of good tag wrestling I got to see. So very excited.
Your mama's favorite thieves.
Yep. Legend Steel. Always remember that. But going from what we watched to what we actually did over this weekend, let's start with Perch.
And this was a very fun weekend, and we kicked off the action Thursday night in Chicago at Ozinga Field, which is the Windy City Thunderbolts, a pro baseball team, but in the I think the Frontier League, so almost like the Milwaukee Milkmen. And we were performing right after the baseball game, so it didn't start till about 9:30. Was a late game on the south side, but ended up having some good matches. We worked 4 total matches, and I was solo reffing it on a nice summer night. It was beautiful. The ring was set up kind of on the concourse a little bit, and the crowd was right on top of you. It was cool. A lot of people stayed around after the game to watch wrestling, and I guess it was probably 85 degrees, so a little bit hot, but it's perfect weather for a wrestling show. First match was Missa Kate and Sky Blue, and they rocked it. The crowd was going nuts the entire time. A good kind of fair show atmosphere. I really enjoyed it. The next match was kind of like a ladder match, but no ladders. It was a crave case on a pole. I guess a crave case is a White Castle box of burgers. Big old sack of burgers. And that was good. Chico ended up winning that match. So
probably why you ended
I
up
was solo. And I loved it because Chico went out there and won one for us.
Doing it for the ref brand.
For him, but I told him, hey, that was for all of us. You represented us. The dock workers finally made it to the inside showroom. It was great. And yeah, good matches there all the way around. And then right back Friday night at Bourbon Street for AAW. We did some live tapings, which will be airing the next few Saturdays, 7 o'clock on Twitch. First match I had was Davey Vega against Damian Chambers. That was a good match. I really enjoyed it. Johnny Bravo is Vega's manager right now. And I like him. I like having Johnny around the ringside as a manager, especially in that kind of a setting. Great for me to get that experience. And he's a fellow ref himself. So any insight that he has or anything that he sees, I like to try and get some feedback. But had a good match there. And then the live main event was Gringo Loco and Arez, who every time I'm in there, they blow me away with something else. Against Jake Lander and I can't think who the other one. Braden Lee, I think it was. Yeah, just a solid match all the way through. Had the place going nuts. Arez stood up on Gringo's shoulders, and it translated to I think a Canadian destroyer. I don't even know. It was one of the most crazy scenes I've ever seen in my life. Stay tuned for AAW Alive. I've never seen a move like it before, and it's a shame that I can't see it right now. I've got to wait just to see exactly what I saw. I can't place it, but yeah, it was good. And then the main show started. Wild 6-man action with Madman and Ace. Really enjoyed it. They're a good tag team that I'm able to learn a lot from. And they had Zane on their side, Hakeem Zane, against Travis Titan, Dante Leon, and Myron Reed. So that was a good combo. Good fire. Very good fire from their side. Yeah, hot tag match the whole way through until Madman and Ace finally put the foot down. Next match was the wild one. Man, Joshua Alexander was back in town. I had the opportunity to work with him back at Turner Hall a couple of years ago for AAW against Josh Briggs. So to me, he's a monster inside that ring. So Joshua Alexander against Matt Fitchett, the other half of the besties. And they ended up going a 20-minute draw, time limit draw, no decision. And it was a good high drama, high intensity action the entire way. Josh Alexander coming off of that banger of a match with TJP, the old X division that you mentioned earlier, representing. It was cool to have a match. Well, he's on a run like that. And then the last match I had of the night was Fred Yehai against Daniel Garcia.
Yeah, let's hear about this one.
Wow, what a fight. I know I've told you guys about Fred Yehai in the past. Watching him perform and fight and wrestle, really everything. It's just a sight to see. He's out there to brawl if need be, or wrestle if need be. But if anything, he's going to bring the intensity and win if he has to. That was matched this week by Daniel Garcia. I've never seen someone with more intensity. Really between the two of them, some of the best fighters I've ever seen inside the old squared circle. High intensity, matching each other, punch for punch, forearms, exchanging, strikes, submissions back and forth. The Koji clutch was eventually the strategy from, Fred Yehai. But they were exchanging sleeper holds in there. Just unbelievable action the entire way through until some rope breaks in there. Referee's discretion when it comes to AAW. And when it comes to the ropes, that's the fairness of the fight. And we like to enforce that. Make sure, when we're calling action, it stays right down the middle. And Yep, it's a gentleman's sport, and it's a game to figure out who's the best. And these were two badasses inside that ring, duking it out. Could put that in any setting in the Wild West. You could put it out in the jungle. You could put it, anywhere. But it took place right there inside Chicago, and the Koji clutch with some raining down elbows ended up being the finish. that ground and pound. The exhaustion was there, and Fred Yehi came out winning. But what a match all around. That's good old fashioned pro wrestling. We're in 2021 right now, and pro wrestling is as good as it's ever been.
Definitely.
And then Sunday we closed out the action with Gali Lucha and had 3 or 4 wild matches. Cody Jones ended up winning the championship from Golden Star, and Paloma was in there. And at one point I go for a pin. She pulls me out by my feet, and I give her the old, "You are out of here."
If this was a visual media, the fans would enjoy this a lot more.
Speaking of learning a new language, I've been putting in some extra work trying to learn Spanish, and the back of my notebook is dedicated towards learning some working Spanish while on the job. And a new word I learned was fuerza. And the whole crowd was yelling it as I told her to hit the bricks and don't come back. Fuerza. That was great. A fun time all around. A great weekend. I think we ended up having maybe 12 matches and in 3 shows. Lots of learning, lots of good action. The notebook is continuing to fill up with stuff I learn every single day.
Good. All right, Gunner, how was your weekend?
My weekend was great. I did nothing. Yeah, that's all I got to say. I didn't even go to the gym this weekend.
Oh,
Yep, that's how bad it was. I did move lots of furniture and boxes and random shit though, so that counts for something, I think. But yep, no wrestling this weekend, but next weekend should be fun.
Yep. We'll get to what's coming up next weekend very shortly. Zach, why don't you talk about your weekend?
Do you want, like, the only thing I have is the stuff we did together. So I don't know if you want to go with what you did earlier that Saturday.
I'll
our
do that
super top
last. We can
ninja-
talk about.
All right, because our super top ninja stuff that we had planned Friday got pushed. It's delayed, so it still has to be on the back burner that no one will know what we're doing because
Yep.
we're super top ninja stuff.
Yep, but because we're ninjas, we move at our own pace. The job will get done. It just sadly couldn't get done last week.
Exactly.
Will it get done quietly?
Yes.
True ninjas.
But so Saturday night, Doc and I made our debut for Chicagoland Championship Wrestling out in Michigan City, Indiana. In a 6-man tag, we took on the Sin City Playboys, and we tagged with the homie Gunner Brave. Match was there. We did our thing. We punched a lot of people in the face, kicked a lot of people, and
Yeah, I can give a big boot. I was very happy with that.
I was pumped that, like, around the end of the match, that dude who, like, would not stop brawling, I pushed him to the ground and I stood on top of him. I was really happy about that because he's like, "Get off me," and I just was like, I got to stand on someone for like the end of the match. So that was cool.
Yep.
But yeah, like, we technically won, and then the ref we'll have to talk to Perch about these bylaws and all this because the dude tapped out, and then the ref decided to reverse the decision because Gunner Brave refuses to let go of the hold.
Granted, he deserves to have his leg broken, so Gunner was just doing us all a favor.
Yeah. Perch, what are your thoughts on a ref reversing the decision? Like where's that come into play? Do we have to?
Well, it comes down to the official being appointed by the promotion itself. So the promotion being, where you guys were at, has their man in charge, and whoever's in charge appoints the officials. Now, sometimes there's one main acting official who is known as, the lead or the head referee. who's appointed by the promoter, and they may have the decision themselves to make it, or it may be the promoter's decision. But when it comes to a overruling, promotions vary.
For sure. And then of course we had the match, but most beneficial thing about that whole match is we had Vic Capri there, and Vic like pulled Doc and I aside and gave us so much like knowledge and like gave us so much advice like moving forward what we need to do, and like grateful for to have guys like that. We didn't ask to watch the match, but asked to that will watch the match and like help us become a better tag team.
Yeah, that was good. Lots of feedback from Vic. Really appreciated that.
Like even when you left, like during teardown, Vic, I sat with Vic for like another hour.
Okay. Yep. So just be on the lookout. Your mom's favorite tag team is only becoming more her favorites. Like the gap between us and her number 2 is just widening. And yes, so as for me and my Saturday, earlier in the day, I was in, oh God, I always forget what town this is, but I was at the Happy Spot for Zawa Live defending my Fireweight Championship against Berna. It's our second meeting for the title, which is, I guess, why he had to go and get himself some backup in the academy. I hit the twisting moonsault, but referee Coin Jones has these weak ankles and was down, so couldn't count the 3. And all of a sudden, you see the rest of the academy, Tyler Pregel and Braxton come out. I take care of Pregel, turn around into a big boot from Braxton.
All right, let's address weak ankles. It's a thing, man. People have weak ankles. I'm not going to discredit a referee on that.
Shouldn't affect your shoulder. That's counting the 3 is all I'm saying.
Everything in the body's connected.
I had a weak ankle for a while, and it affects a lot.
Yeah, you didn't count any 1, 2, 3s in that time, so I guess I should have expected it.
Yeah, exactly. Don't be discrediting. Weak ankles are a thing.
Yeah. So so for the most part, me and Berna beat the hell out of each other until the academy came out. Hit me with the springboard elbow drop to take my Fireweight championship away from me. Don't think I'm gonna take this lightly. I promise. I will have backup next time, academy. All right.
Foreshadowing.
Yeah. Regular storytellers over here.
Oh yeah.
Only on the weekends.
Yeah.
All right, Gunnar, hold on. What's that chair behind you? Is that a Night of Champions?
There's a lot of championship belts on it, so I think so. I'm not even sure. It's a WWE chairs behind me for people listening.
Yes.
Yeah, well, I got like 2 of them, so like I have a little collection started. I got one with Randy Orton and Jinder Mahal on it.
Nice.
And I got the Goldberg chair.
I think we need to talk Frank into making some BCW branded chairs with all of our faces on the seats. That's what I think.
Yes, I'm sure Frank would totally be into spending his money on our faces.
You know why? Because other people would spend even more money on those faces.
They probably would, but you have to convince Frank to spend that initial amount of money.
It would be difficult.
I mean, for real, you know who could do it?
Who?
If Dis did Insane 8 chairs.
Yeah, that'd be fire.
Well,
just front row, like first front row. You get like
if he did Insane 8 chairs for the front row and like charge extra for you to keep it.
That would be sweet.
Yep.
It's an idea for this. I don't know if he can do it now. I mean, he still has like 2 months to do it, but
it's definitely one of those things he should keep in his back pocket.
Yeah, he's already sold out front, bro. You can't really sell out and be like, all right.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah. So it would have to be a next year thing, but I definitely think the Insane 8 would be like the perfect place to do that.
Yes, sir.
But we can get off that tangent and get back on the topic, which I sent the text earlier asking, hey, if you were in a Scooby-Doo mystery, name some wrestlers that would be in your mystery machine. Let's start with Perch.
Ooh, yeah, it's a good one. Big Scooby-Doo fan. Love Scooby from way back. It was like the James Bond before James Bond.
Yeah. It was a while before I got into James Bond. Before that, it was Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, so if I were to have a crew, I was trying to think who I would have as my people, and kind of going off of the crew that they had. I think hands down, first person that came to mind was as like a kind of a Velma, would be Asuka. Straight up, give me Asuka, figuring out the clues and Jinkies, but she would have her own thing. But yeah, I want Asuka in the crew. If I'm looking for mysteries and solving mysteries, she would be my number one. Next, as a leader, would probably have, I think John Cena would really fit that build really well as the Fred of the crew, just the true north, the compass. This guy's gonna figure it out. He may get it wrong most of the time, but at least he's
He makes it work in the end.
Yeah, it makes it work in the end. The hard work is still there. It may just take us a while to get there. I would definitely have as the other girl, Stacy Keebler. I think she would fit so well as just the always getting into shenanigans or taking the wrong step and falling down a trap door or something. I think the John Cena Stacy Keebler combo as Fred and Daphne would be good with Asuka as the Velma, and as a Scoob and Shag, I think I would go Mick Foley and Terry Funk. It's just the crew getting into shenanigans, doing their own thing as they all split up and they do it. And I think Asuka could hold her own with that crew as well, as Scooby and Shag kind of do their thing.
All right.
But that would be my crew. I would be Scrappy in the whole thing. I show up once in a while and not for others, but there when you, but not there for too long.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go next so I can get this out. Okay, one, I'm Fred because this is my Scooby mystery, so I'm the leader. All right. And also, since this is my mystery machine, Fred is with Velma because Velma is objectively hotter than Daphne. And in this case, Velma is not Stacy Keebler, but Miss Hancock from WCW. Because I think Miss Hancock was a hotter Stacy Keebler.
Yeah, she was.
So it's me and Miss Hancock. Daphne is Tori Wilson because I feel like I've been like kind of watching a lot of or it's just been like in my peripheral a lot of the Great American Bash, and I just remember she was the poster for like 2 years in a row. Very American. I feel Daphne was like the all-American girl in Scooby-Doo, so she's my Daphne. And actually, the first people I thought of that made me ask this question, my Scooby and Shaggy is going to be Crime Time.
Hell yeah.
As far as people getting into shenanigans, sneaking off with their Scooby snacks, it has to be Crime Time.
That's a good call right there. That's a good pick.
And since you picked a Scrappy, I'll pick a Scrappy, Crash Holly. just because Crash Holly doesn't get enough love. So I'll throw Crash Holly in for Scrappy Doo.
Puppy power.
Yeah. All right, Gunner.
Well,
I know you needed some time to figure out how many people were in a mystery machine, but what do you got?
You also have to place yourself as a character now.
Like you don't
Yeah.
have to.
Nope, I'm saying it. Yeah, we're changing the rules here.
Okay, well, first off, I'm not a super huge Scooby-Doo fan, so I'm not very knowledgeable about Scooby-Doo. With that being said, I get to be the leader guy, right? The blonde-haired
You
big
can be if
dude.
you want. I mean, Perch was scrappy.
Yeah, I'm all right being scrappy. That means there's no other scrappy. If I'm scrappy, then you can't dislike scrappy. It's all right.
Leader guy's name is Fred, right?
Yeah.
Big, has muscles.
Yeah, he's got muscles, I guess.
Okay, then I'm definitely him.
I mean, he's better built than Shaggy, so yeah, I guess.
Yeah, in comparison, right? I didn't really model my team like after the original characters. I just thought like who would be an actual like good squad. And the first people that came to mind are the Fashion Police, Fandango and Tyler Breeze. Great detectives.
Yes.
Great detective work. I think they could help me hunt down and solve any mystery there is out there in the world, involving or not involving monsters. Then felt like I had to throw a girl in there, so I chose Alexa Bliss. So she got in with the Fiend. Now the Fiend's gone. We don't know. I feel like she is pretty good monster hunter slash banisher slash whatever you want to call it. Plus, she's nice to look at sometimes. Do I need another person?
I mean, is that your crew? Because I mean,
Oh,
you're not basing it off. Since you're not basing it off of Scooby Doo, what is your mystery solving crew?
one more.
Okay.
I forgot one. Well, technically two more. Jake the Snake as Shaggy, and then his snake is in my world an extra smart, slithery detective in place of Scooby. So,
Okay.
yep.
All right. Fair
That's
enough.
it. That's a crew.
Cool.
I made up half of that as I went along just now. If you couldn't tell.
Oh no! Like, who could tell? Who could tell that?
Tell.
Hope you enjoyed it as much as I did.
I had fun. Thank you for taking me on that journey.
You're welcome.
So I will go with I am Shaggy,
Okay.
naturally because of the great hair. And my dog is Scooby because
Fair enough.
bringing Mindy along. My Velma, nerdy, but like smart and great. We'll go with Quinn McKay.
Okay.
Ooh, that's a good one.
That's a good choice.
I had the bow tie though. My Fred. I don't know. Let's see. I would maybe I'll go with Seth Rollins. He's been a man who led plenty of crew. No. Wait, rewind. We go with R-Truth.
Okay.
R-Truth seems like he does like watching the 24/7. Like he knows how to set up traps and get his baby back. Like
Yeah.
let's be real. Like I haven't seen Seth Rollins do a trap yet, except the
Fair.
one time he was back in the van. So R-Truth. Plus, I think R-Truth would be cool to drive.
I mean, really, like if we're looking at story wise, R-Truth is probably the most capable person as far as actually catching a Scooby-Doo monster.
Exactly. Like he's like over 50-time 24/7 champion. You don't do that without setting up traps. And then I was gonna pick my Daphne as Alexa Bliss, but since you picked Alexa Bliss, I'm just gonna go with a natural red who I think would actually fall and get caught, and that would be Eva Marie.
Fair.
And my Scrappy Doo is none other than the greatest heavyweight of all time, Doc Simmons, because I don't leave Doc out of the van. Even though Doc left me out of the van. And no changing back. Don't be saying like, oh, you're the van.
Fair.
We all know why Doc's a Scrappy Doo. He's
Yeah.
mighty, but hits hard.
Like, well, I just feel you don't need to be involved in the shenanigans. You'd probably be the actual cops that would make the arrest at the end.
Why would the outlaw be the cop?
Because this is in the Wild Wild West, of course.
That's a lot of work.
All right. No. All right. Yeah, that was a fun one. That was a good one. In that case, let's just go ahead and keep it moving. Let's talk about what we got coming up this weekend. I think it's a packed weekend for a lot of us. Why don't we start with Gunner?
This weekend, Friday is ICW. I have a no disqualification. Maybe it's a street fight. If it is, I don't know the difference, anyways. But me and Raven Reddix versus Chucky and Sierra. That will be a banger, I'm sure. I'm looking forward to getting my hands on something to smack Chucky over the head with again. So that's always a good time. And then Saturday is BCW. What I'm doing, I do not know, but I'm doing something. So come to the show and find out.
All right. Percival.
We've got this Thursday, Zello Pro back at the baseball field. It's going to be a wild time. And the Windy Cindy Thunderbolts, right after the game, we'll be doing another probably 4 or 5 match action. I think Sierra is going to be in action this time around. So it should be a good time. Kicking things off on Thursday. Friday, we'll be at ICW in West Allis. That's going to be a wonderful time with the homies. And Saturday, we've got Freelance Underground down in south side of Chicago. So we'll be doing I think a pay-per-view or some tapings for an upcoming show. So stay tuned to the social media. But yeah, little Thursday, Friday, Saturday action. And then AAW Alive will be showing on Saturday. So you can watch that opening match with Vega.
A whole 4 times to see your favorite referee, Perch.
4 times.
All
4
before
times the
Sunday.
Perch.
All before Sunday.
All before Padres Day.
Yep.
But yeah, stay tuned to the social medias. Lots of good action this weekend. It'll be a 4-show week. First time I've had that in a while. Starting with Sunday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Yeah, it's a 4-show week this week.
Awesome. Zach, what we got coming up this week, brother?
What we got coming up? We got some tag team title defenses.
Oh, yeah.
Friday, we're taking on the Luxurious Ones once again. But I have to admit, I think we're taking on a new version of the Luxurious Ones. Like, we've had this feud for a while, but I mean, after last month, like, they're kind of showing that they're like stepping up an edge by attacking us in the back with chairs. Not going to take this one lightly. Mav Boone and Ethan Matthews are not the same Mav Boone and Ethan Matthews that we took the belts off of. Not going to discredit them at all. With this whole Rose Dynasty thing, you can't take anything away. So, yeah, Friday, Country Air will defend our ICW tag championships against Matt Boone, Ethan Matthews at ICW. And then Saturday, we are going back to war with Whiskey Bent and Hellbound. Tell him, Doc.
Yep. It'll be your mama's favorite tag team. The Outlaw Zach Hendricks, the Gahoot Doc Simmons, up against those pussies, Whiskey Bent and Hellbound, Max Holiday, and the Roadhouse, James Vincent.
I heard they don't even like drinking whiskey.
Yeah, they probably don't. They're a bunch of posers. But I expect, what for Country Air to do what we do best, and that's just to hit them very hard and kick their heads off and prove why we are the best tag team in the Midwest and quite possibly the world.
Exactly.
We'll get there.
And another thing going on this weekend, something that Doc's like pretty close with. Tell them what's going on in Iowa.
Yep. There'll be the Black Wrestlers Matter show. Be sure to go ahead and check that out. I'm pretty sure the pre-show will probably be streamed on Facebook or something like it was last year. The American Fury, John West, good guy. He gave me an opportunity last year. He's given me an opportunity to help out this year in a fashion, so be sure to check that out. You might see the Cahoot a lot of places this weekend.
Hell yeah. There's some big weekends here so far.
Yep. All right. And
Oh, yeah. No,
in
wait,
that
never mind.
case, let's go ahead and get to our last segment, which I'm thinking Zach has a question.
Yeah, Gunner texted me, so came up with some type of question. It kind of fell after a night of drinking heavily after Chicago championship wrestling, and it's like when you have one of those nights. I know Gunner doesn't really understand this one, but one of those nights where you kind of drink a little bit more than you should have, had the drinky poos. What is a go-to junk shitty food that just makes you feel right?
It's got to be Taco Bell.
Taco Bell?
Taco Bell always will be my drunk food of choice. Also, Ian's Pizza, close second out here. But Taco Bell, number one drunk food.
Mine was like I'm talking about like the day after, like something where like your stomach's still feeling, but like you need something like so Taco Bell's like
The day after. So like hangover.
You're kind of like feeling like crap, but you want something like really like nothing like healthy. Like you want some more crap.
Okay. Easy. Also, General Tso's chicken.
General Tso's chicken.
Yep.
Mine actually was Speedway nachos. You get the container, you pull out the bag of nachos, and you just fill up the entire container with cheese on one side, chili on the other. So now you can dip it. Throw some jalapenos on there.
All right. I have not had their nachos.
Yeah, if you do, you don't open up the bag and put the nachos in the tray. Keep the tray, fill it all the way up
Fill that with the top. That's genius, actually.
like, don't be covering your nachos. Have something good. You get more with it.
Yeah.
Same price.
Quite smart.
You guys, for those who are listening, you just learned a gas station hack.
Yeah. That's the real life hack that the world needed.
You're welcome. Gunner's smiling, so hopefully he learned something today.
I have an answer. Back in my college days was always Topper's Pizza. Fulfilled that role quite nicely. I haven't had it in a while, but that's what I'm going to go with in hopes that I am in that scenario pretty soon and I order Toppers again.
Hint to the person behind them.
Say what?
Hint to the person in the room behind you.
Yeah, hint. She's confused. I'll explain later.
And I would always just go big old stack of pancakes, waffles, coffee, black coffee, any day. Yeah, whether we're feeling good in the morning, feeling bad in the morning, that'll hit the spot anytime. And lots of them, lots and lots of waffles and pancakes and syrup. Maybe some eggs, scrambled with some sausage links on the side, please. I don't need any of that topping on there. I don't need the whipped cream. Don't need that extra chocolate sauce or that extra blueberry sauce. I'll take some chocolate chip pancakes, but just regular pancakes with chocolate chips on the inside.
Would you, since you said lots of waffles, lots of pancakes, would you mix it up like a waffle pancake stack like every other?
Oh, that's next level.
Yeah.
No, I don't mess with that. I go.
That sounds like the devil's work.
They can go on the same plate.
Waffles and lots of pancakes. So I was wondering.
Same plate, but separate.
Yeah. You have treaded on forbidden ground, Zach. I don't like that. I don't like that.
I like it, Zach.
I don't know what the roof would be.
That is uncomfortable to me.
I don't really eat waffles or pancakes. I was just wondering because I heard lots of waffle, lots of pancakes. I'm wondering how we would mix it up.
It's like you just have a stack of waffles and you have a stack of pancakes.
And that fork is going to work.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, man, sometimes be adventurous.
No, not in that.
Feel my muscles right now on my fork hand for my pancake stacks.
If you're not adventurous, you don't find out these life hacks.
I don't like cream or anything. No cream, no sugar. I won't adventure with that either.
I don't want that life hack.
Connor, let me know if you try it out.
I will.
All right, you
One of
know
these
what?
days.
I'm calling the play. We're taking it home on that because that's wrong. All right. This is a
Damn.
podcast. Y'all be one.
Yeah.